Guys, all of you get my voice on screen. Please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen, guys. Those are attending online. Guys, just give me a minute of time. I'll come back and I'll start the session. Just 1 minute. Audible? No response, guys. Am I audible? Right. Guys, what we are discussing here, can you please confirm to me? I think so. We are discussing about like what the steps to prepare hybrid applications. What are the various steps here we are using there? Download hybrid software, that means Java from internet. Download and install database software. Download and install Java software and Eclipse IDE. Create Java project, not all hybrid jar files and database dependent jar file to the project. Create persistence class. Prepare hybrid mapping file. Prepare hybrid configuration file. Prepare hybrid client application. These are overall concepts what we require. Out of all these things, what we completed here, download hybrid software, that part we completed. Download install database software, already we have done it. Download install Java software and Eclipse, already we have done it. Create Java present all hybrid jar files to the database dependent jar file. That's okay that we are going to do that. But create persistence class, that what we require. Okay. Already we understood that persistence class there. Then after that, here we have to understand like what they prepare hybrid mapping file. Right, guys. Now let's understand this. What exactly the purpose of the mapping file? What's the need of this particular mapping file, guys? After carefully, the purpose of the mapping file is the main purpose of mapping file is the main purpose of mapping file is to provide mapping between object-oriented features, object-oriented elements, and relational data model elements. Like what are these actually? Already understood that. So like what they class two. What next one? A table. Next one ID property to primary key. Next one is normal property to like what they know. You can understand like what they a column. Like this and so on and so on and so on. So many things here we are able to provide. This is what exactly the main purpose of like what the mapping file that what we are getting here. Understand guys what I'm telling you. Right, sir. In hybrid applications, mapping file is responsible for the following mappings. What are the various mappings here we are able to use throughout this hibernate here? What are the various? The mapping file is responsible for the following mappings. What are the various mappings are existed here? Understand this clearly. Basic object relational mapping. Then what I said to you previously, the basic object relational mapping here we are able to provide. Next one is like what the component mapping. After this component mapping, next one is like what the collections mapping. After this collection mapping, next one is like what the inheritance mapping. After this inheritance mapping, then what next one get? Associations mapping. Right, and so on. So many examples. Up to now, these examples are sufficient here. So many here we are able to provide clearly. Right, so now these are the various mapping details here we are able to provide inside this hybrid configuration file, hybrid mapping file. Nice, very good. But how we are going to prepare this hybrid mapping file? Hybrid mapping file is what there is an XML file, and its name should be, right? I'm telling there, poser class name dot hbm dot xml. This is a standardization for giving mapping file. Then what is HBM, guys? Now tell me. What's the meaning of this HBM? Now tell me. No the file, guys. What is HBM? Guess it. What's the abbreviation for HBM? Yes. What's the abbreviation of HBM? Hybrid mapping file. HBM is what there? Hybrid mapping file. Okay. Right. Hybrid mapping file. HBM in the sense like what there? Hybrid mapping file. Then we have to understand. Next one is after that, after understanding this, then how we are able to prepare this? This is the name we are able to provide hybrid mapping file. Poser class name dot hbm dot xml. That's what we are providing clearly. Right, sir. In general, in hibernate, we will provide a separate mapping file for each and every poser class. For each and every poser class. Right, sir? Then immediately here we are having a question now. What is that question here? Guys, observe this question clearly. What I'm telling you. How this question is about? What is this question actually? Here we have a question. What about this question now? In hibernate, is it possible to provide more than one poser class configuration in a single mapping file? This is a question, guys. In hibernate, is it possible to provide in hibernate applications? Simply speaking, in hibernate applications, is it possible to provide more than one poser class in a single mapping file? Answer for this question is like what there? Yes, it is possible to provide more than one class configuration in a single mapping file. Yes, it is possible. But the suggestion is what there? But the suggestible thing is to provide one mapping file. But the suggestible thing is one mapping file for one poser class. We can provide more than one. We can provide like what there? More than one poser class. We can provide more than one poser class configuration in a single mapping file. But the suggestible thing is what there? One mapping file for one poser class. Can understand guys what I'm telling you? Right, guys? All of you are getting my point now? Next one is after completion of this. Is the hibernate mapping file is mandatory or optional? Again, this another question we are having, guys. Now try to answer for it. Is that mapping file is optional or mandatory? Any answer from your side, guys? Is that mapping file is mandatory or optional? Right. Now the point is what there. Question is prepare hibernate applications without using mapping file? Is it possible to use? Is it possible to get hibernate application without using a mapping file? Come on, guys. You have to give answer for this question. All right. Answer is what? What is the answer for this particular question? No. Answer is what there? Yes. Yes, it is possible to prepare hibernate application without using mapping file. But without using mapping file, but we have to use. But what we have to use, guys? But we have to use what they know annotations. Annotations can we have to use. Annotations are available. Guys, understand it clearly. Here we are able to use what their annotations can. Annotations is one of the part we have to use that clearly. Right. Now again, what I am telling there. Before the note kind of point I'm telling you. Before Hibernate 3.2.5 version, mapping file is mandatory in Hibernate applications. Okay. Before Hibernate 3.2.5 version, mapping file is mandatory in Hibernate applications. But from Hibernate 3.2.5 version onwards, from Hibernate 3.2.5 version onwards, Hibernate mapping file is optional. Hibernate mapping file is what they are optional. In place of mapping file, we can use annotations. We can use what they are annotations, not required to go for all. In place of this mapping file, we are able to use like what they are. In place of mapping file, we can use what they are annotations. Right, so annotation support is available. Right, yes. Now tell me, I'm asking one question to all of you guys. Now try to answer for it. To provide basic Hibernate applications. To provide basic Hibernate applications, what exactly the mapping details can be required, guys? Now tell me, what exactly the mapping details can be required here? That information I want to provide in the form of some configuration panel. Right, yes. All of you observe this clearly. In Hibernate applications, to prepare mapping file for basic word mapping, we have to use the following XML tags. What are the ways XML tags can be able to use, guys? Now observe carefully. What are the ways XML tags can be able to use? Then try to understand it. First, here we have to specify like what there doc type. Okay, then inside this doc type, there's a root tag. Hibernate mapping is what the root tag for the entire Hibernate mapping file. Hibernate mapping. Right, so inside this Hibernate mapping, what tag is available here? Class tag is existed here. Class here, two parameters are available. One is the name parameter, another one is like what the table parameter. Here we have to close this class tag. Now inside this class tag, next here we have to provide like what their ID tag. This is for like what their primary key column configuration. ID tag here we have to provide. Inside this ID tag here, what we have to provide the name of the property. Then after that, column. Like this, we are able to provide some content here. Then after this ID, then what is going to be property? Name is equal to something. Column is equal to something. And so on and so on. Here we are going to get it. Number of tags here we are able to use. Any number of tags here we are able to use. That depends on your requirement. Okay. Next one. After that, mapping file information here we understood it. Basic tags can be provided here. Then what are the tags information can be provided there? First one is like what the Hibernate. Hibernate mapping is a root tag for the Hibernate mapping file. Right. Now after that, class tag. What's the purpose of this class tag now? is able to provide mapping between poser class name, and a table name. Class tag is able to provide mapping between poser class name and a table name. Okay, guys, all of you get my point or not? Next one is like what tag we have used inside the class tag. ID tag is able to provide mapping between ID property from class and a primary key from table. Okay, then after that, what next one? After completion of this, property tag is able to provide mapping between normal property from from a class and what next one? Mapping between normal property from class and a column value. Relational data model. Okay, now these are the various things we are able to understand clearly. And one more time, I'm telling there, name attributes are available. Attributes also we have to understand there. What are the attributes registered here? In a class tag name is representing what is fully qualified about the class, and table takes taking like what like a table name, table name. Okay, class tag name attribute will take a fully qualified name of the poser class. Next one, in a class tag table attribute. In a class tag, then what's the point here? In a class tag table attribute will take the respective table name. Respective table name, guys. This one is property tag name attribute. Name attribute will take property name, and value attribute will take not value here, then I think so column attribute. Column attribute will take the respective database table column. Right. So now these are like what I'm telling you, the points what we understood there clearly. Okay. Now again, some cases are available, guys. Then what cases are existed here? If poser class names, poser class property names, and a table column names are same, then it is not required. Then it is not required. Then it is not required to provide column attribute in all the tags. In all the ID comma property tags. Right. Now this is exactly the meaning of like what there mapping file information. What we understood. This is total information about like what there mapping file. Okay. Then after preparing this mapping file, then what next one we have to prepare there? After getting this mapping file, then what next one we have to prepare there? Now try to understand it. Okay. Right, guys. Guys, just give me a minute of time, guys. One small point. Give me a minute. Right, yes. Now observe this clearly. So if both the class property names and table column names are the same, then it is not required to provide column attribute in all the ID tags, ID, and property tags. Okay, it's optional actually. So then in the case of this, it is optional. Okay, we can understand clearly. Right, yes. Then total information we are giving there. Now here's some tags can be provided. No, there's some example content I want to provide. Try to recognize the guys. Then what is that example I'm telling to you? For example, my poser class is like what there employee.java. Please recognize this point here. My poser class is what there employee.java. Let's understand this. Public class employee. Inside this, what we provided here, private into env, private string ename. Next one is private float esal. Next one is like what there, private string eaddl. That's the table I'm trying to take. Here next one is like what there, we have to provide like what there, set xxx methods and get xxx methods. Then we will take all these things. Okay. Public class employee, private int env, private string ename, private float esal, and private string eaddl. That all the content can be provided here in this way. That's okay. Fine now. Then what next one here? After completion of this now, another thing is like what there. Now the database table name also I'm trying to provide here. What's my database table here? You understand clearly? emp1 table actually. Here what we have there now, envo, ename, esal, eaddl. Table is available like this with these columns here now. Now my mapping file should be like what there. What's my mapping file here now? Employee.hbm.xml. This is mapping file here. Inside this mapping file, what we are able to have there. First of all, here we have to provide like what there, doc type. Doc type. Now inside this doc type here, what we are able to provide the hibernate mapping. Then slash hibernate mapping. Inside this hibernate mapping here, we are able to provide like what there, class. Class here we have to provide name is equal to just fully call with respect to com dot durga soft dot something else like what there, beans dot employee. Then table is equal to database table here we have to provide that is what there, emp1. This is like what I'm telling there, class. After this class, then what next one here, ID. Now here name is equal to inside this ID here we have to provide like what there, ID. Then what next one here, column is equal to env. Similarly, what I'm able to provide there, property name is equal to ename. Then I can take like what the column is equal to ename. Next one, after that, property name is equal to esal, column is equal to esal, property name is equal to eaddr, column is equal to eaddr. Like this we have to provide. This is the mapping file here whenever we are having this content. But now here what I'm telling here, another mapping file I'm going to provide now. Where? Observe carefully. This is another one here. But column names in property names inside this bean class now, that is employee class, and table column names both are same here. If it is the case, just simply we can remove what they know without using column attribute also here we are able to achieve this. Alright. Guys, observe carefully. Now, this is like what I'm telling you. This is a total content we can understand. Okay. Guys, all of you get my points clearly what I'm telling you? Fine. Guys, are you understanding what I'm telling to you? No response, guys, all of you know. Right now, guys, in one point I said you know, please recognize this one here. This is a note I'm giving here. Please all of you read this pranya. Please read this one here. If a poser class property names and a table column names are same, then it is not required to provide column attribute in all the ID and property tags. Understand it? Pranya. Pradnya. Yes. Alright. So this is the reason why in the first example, this is employee.java given, property names are specified. In the table, column names are specified here. Both are same. Then we can provide, even though both are same, we can provide column attribute and name attribute in all the cases here. That's okay. But in the case, then both are same here. We can remove like what there. We can remove that what they know, then column attribute. Both are different, that is mandatory to provide. Name attribute and column attribute. If both are not same, we must provide both. If both are same there, then column attribute is optional. Just name attribute only sufficient clearly. Right. If they are different, definitely we must provide different content. You know, for example, in the same game providing there. Alright, so if poser class, property names and database table names are database table columns. Column names are different. Then it is mandatory to use column attribute. You know, ID tag and the property tag. That's it. That's this is an example for like what there, the total mapping file. Then to the basic application here, we are able to provide this mapping file here. That's okay, guys. Next one is after completion of this. The next content would be like what there after completion of this mapping file here. The third one is we have to provide like what there, hibernate configuration file. What is this hibernate configuration file, guys? What is the meaning of hibernate configuration file? What are you able to provide here? What is the main purpose of hibernate configuration file? The main purpose of hibernate configuration file is to provide all the configuration details of the application like like what nation, data base driver details, comma direct information. Then after this direct information there, then what nation here? Driver details and direct information mapping files, names and locations, names and locations, and so on. The main purpose of the hibernate application, hibernate configuration file is to provide all configuration details of the application like database, driver details, direct information, mapping files, names and locations, and so on. So many things are available here. Okay. Then how we are able to prepare this hibernate? How we are able to prepare this hibernate configuration file here? In hibernate applications, hibernate configuration file name is hibernate.cfg.xml. Hibernate configuration file name is like what there? Hibernate.cfg.xml. It is not fixed. It's a default name only, but it's not fixed. We can change configuration file name. We can change configuration name, but we have to give that new name information. Then we have to give that new name information. New name information to hibernate software. Hibernate applications, hibernate configuration file name is hibernate.cfg.xml. It's not fixed. We can change configuration file name, but we have to give that new name information to the hibernate software. Yeah, in our own way we can prepare our configuration file. Yes. In our own way we are able to prepare like what the configuration file. The configuration file name we have to provide to like what the hibernate software. That's it. Then here I have a question, guys. That's my question now. Is it possible to provide more than one hibernate configuration file? Is it possible to provide more than one hibernate configuration file in single hibernate applications? Right. That information I'll provide in the application there. To the hibernate software, we have to tell that information. What's the name and what is the name and location of the hibernate configuration file? Don't verify it. When we go for application there, we are going to see that in the on the client application, we are going to specify the new name and location of the hibernate configuration file. Don't verify it. Okay. Then apart from that, under what kind of scenario we will have different hibernate configuration XML file for one project? Yeah, I'll give that information. First of all, Abhishek, answer for this question now. Then if you are giving answer for this question, if you give answer for this question, automatically you will get solution for your question then. Right. Is it possible to provide more than one hibernate configuration in a single hibernate application? Right. Answer for this question is what there. Is it possible to provide more than one hibernate configuration file in a single hibernate application? Answer for this question is what there. Yes, it is possible to provide more than one hibernate configuration file in a single hibernate application. But in a single hibernate application, but we have to use. We can put more than one hybrid configuration for a single hybrid application when we use more than one database in a single hybrid application. Basically, it's possible to put more than one hybrid configuration file in a single hybrid application when we use more than one database inside. When we use more than one database in a single hybrid application. That means for each and every database, we have to provide a separate configuration file. Right, yes, understand it clearly. It is possible to provide. It is possible to provide more than one hybrid configuration file in a single hybrid application when we use more than one database in a single hybrid application. That is, for each and every database, we have to provide a separate hybrid configuration file. Okay. I got confused with the JPA and hybrid. Then, guys, where have used JPA as of now? So far, we are not using a JPA, just only hybrid related information I'm telling you. Melvin, are you there? That's what I'm clarifying to you. Try to understand it. Try to understand this. So can we integrate one persistence database and one in-memory database for one project based on the hybrid application? Of course, we can do that in a single hybrid application. See, the point what I'm telling to you, in a single hybrid application, we can connect with more than one database. That's possible. Understand it? Then more than one database we can connect in a single hybrid application. Say, for example, my hybrid application is single. Say, hybrid application is nothing but what is Java application. Java application is nothing but what is Java project. Simple. So, in a single Java project, can we use more than one database? Am I right or not? Yes, understand it clearly. Hybrid application in the sense what is Java project only, or enterprise application only. But in our enterprise application, I mean more than one database. Whenever we are using more than one database, definitely more than one configuration file we have to prepare. The configuration files we have to prepare as per the databases only. Mapping files must be prepared as per the POSIX classes and database tables. But configuration files must be provided as per what they know, databases only. So if you are using multiple databases in a single project, definitely we have to prepare multiple configuration files in our project. Definitely we have to use that. Understand? Yes, what I'm telling you. Yeah, exactly. Abhishek Patnaik. Then see what I said to you there. Then we have to recognize one more point here in the starting point configuration file. In hybrid applications, hybrid configuration file name is hibernate.cfg.xml. Then immediately what I give information, please read out the statement now. It is not fixed. We can change configuration file name, but we have to give that new name information to the hibernate software. Abhishek, understand this point? What I'm telling there. So by default name is what the hibernate.cfg.xml. In the case, if you want to change it, you can change it. But the changes must be provided to the hybrid configuration file. Okay, for example, Oracle and MySQL 2 databases can have used there. Then my requirement is my requirement is for each and every database we have to prepare what they know a separate configuration file. For Oracle, what I'm telling to you, I'm telling there hibernate underscore, then what next one here, Oracle dot right, what there cfg dot xml that I can provide. Next one is like what there MySQL for MySQL hibernate underscore mysql dot cfg.xml that we can provide. That's what I'm telling you. Now observe carefully. Now how many configuration will I provide here? For Aracle, hibernate underscore Aracle. This name may be anything, guys. But extension should be given that. .cfg also been optional there. We can provide this. Then hibernate underscore Aracle.cfg. This is optional. .xml is only the thing here we require. Any name we can use. But the names must be provided to like what they know configuration object. Inside the client application, we have to give these names to the configuration. Yes, got it or not? This is a point here. So our request understand which hibernate configuration file. If you understand this, if you go for it, that depends on the configuration object. Whenever I'm moving to the configuration, that means client application there, we are able to understand clearly. But anyway, then if you want to know that, I'll give some clarity there and try to understand it. Guys, all of you understand it clearly. Right, so now, final point I'm telling to you. Yeah, instead of saying here, I can give answer for this particular one. No? Yeah, instead of here. Here I'm giving these points here. For Aracle, hibernate underscore Aracle.cfg.xml. For MySQL, hibernate underscore MySQL.cfg.xml. That I provided here. Now observe carefully. For this, one configuration object, and for this, another configuration object. Okay. From this, one session factory object, and for this, another session factory object. But don't ask me what is session factory. In the client application, I have to cover all these things. But here itself, we are asking questions. That's why I'm responding for this. Now, what I'm telling you, Aracle, hibernate was separate configuration file. These configuration details are going to be stored in the form of a separate object. That object is what the configuration object. We are going to prepare configuration object for each and every configuration file. On the basis of this configuration object, separate session factory object, we are able to get. On the basis of the session factory object, we are able to get a separate session object. Now telling us all of my client application, that means my hibernate application is single. Inside my single hibernate application, how many databases I'm using there? Two databases I'm using. Then with respect to the two databases, two configuration files here we prepared. To manage both the configuration details, two separate configuration objects we created. From each configuration object, session factory object will be created. From each session factory object, the separate session object will be created. And finally, the session objects are performing persistence operation. So in that way, we are able to have like what they know, the databases and configuration files and configuration objects and session factory objects here we are getting clear. But configuration object, session factory object, I will cover in client application, not here. But here we have to understand only one point. What is the point here we have to understand? There, we can use more than one database in a single hibernate application. Whenever we are using more than one database, automatically for each and every database we have to provide a separate configuration file. Then we are able to use like what there, Aracle, hibernate underscore Aracle.cfg.xml. Then hibernate underscore MySQL.cfg.xml. In that way, we are able to provide like what there, configuration details clearly. Yes, guys, all of you are getting my points clearly. All of you understand these points clearly. Please respond to me. Give response to me, guys. That's object, exactly. Perfect. Yeah, what you thought, that is right. During creation of the configuration object, we are giving configuration file as an argument, exactly. Then as per that, the configuration file is able to manage the respective database configuration details, which is specified in the respective configuration file. Okay. Right. Then after that, after completion of this particular one, what next one can we are able to do? That's okay, fine. Now we give an answer for this question here. But how we are able to prepare? How we are able to provide this content here? Then before that, I need to give some clarity here. What's the point here? What exactly the responsibilities of the hibernate configuration file? Then what we are able to provide inside the hibernate configuration file? If you have this clearly, now try to understand this clearly. Right. In general, hibernate applications, hibernate configuration file is responsible for the following configuration details. What are the various configuration details clearly? Okay, what are the configuration details here? Right, sir, understand this clearly. Right, the very first one. What are these configuration details now? First one is connection properties we require, mapping files configurations, connection properties configurations. Then after this mapping files configurations, direct configurations. After this direct configurations, then what next one get? Transactions configurations. After this transactions configurations, now caching mechanisms configurations. Caching mechanisms configurations get. Next one is connection pooling mechanisms configurations. And so on and so on. So many configuration details we are able to provide inside this. Okay, so many things are existed here that and so on we can provide. Right, then to prepare this configuration file, what exactly the tags here we are able to use? To prepare hibernate configuration file. To prepare hibernate configuration file, we have to use the following tags. What are the various tags we are able to use? Now, first of all, we have to provide like what there? Doc type. Then in the mapping file, in hibernate mapping file, what? So similarly in the configuration file, what is the root tag? Hibernate configuration is the root tag. Hibernate configuration that we provided here. That's okay, fine. Now inside this hibernate configuration here, we have to provide session factory. Then we have to specify what there session factory. Inside the session factory, what we have to provide there. Next, we have to provide directly property. Name is equal to something, then value, then slash property. Property name is equal to something, and so on. Then after completion of this, then what next one here? Mapping resource. Like this mapping details can be provided. So some other tags. If anything is remaining here, that we can say some other. That's it. Now this is somewhat information about like what there hibernate mapping, hibernate configuration file can be prepared clearly. Where the information we can provide there, all the points, all the tags information, so okay, normal information only that we can provide there. But what are the any example we are going to provide this? That example will be like what there hibernate.cfg.xml for example. If you take this, also carefully guys. Now okay, what we are able to provide now, here we have to provide like what there doc type. Oracle dot That's next one is like what I'm telling there. After that, connection dot. Next one is like what I'm telling there. URL. What's that URL we have to provide there? JDBC colon Oracle colon thin colon at the rate localhost colon 152.1 colon XE. Connection dot URL. Similarly, here, what we are able to provide there. Alright, so now here, what we have to provide there. Next one is connection dot user. My username for the database is like what their system. Here we have to provide like what the connection dot password. The connection is not mandatory, we can change it anyway. Now okay, we can provide like what the Durga. Then after that, after completion of this particular one, next one is property dot hibernate dot dialect. What's the dialect we are able to provide there? Arg dot hibernate dot dialect dot Oracle dialect. Oracle 9 dialect is available, Oracle 11 dialect is available, Oracle dialect is available. So the dialect is providing some nativity for the database. Native SQL query is able to generate from the database now. Okay, so that here, what we have to complete there, then after completion of this, here we have to close like what there, session factory. After the session factory, we have to close like what there, hibernate configuration. Right. This is an example. We can understand for this here, but only properties can be provided here. Direct properties. The next one is like what the mapping resource. Mapping tag is also what we completed, up to now. Configuration file can be provided. Next one is like what client application. Okay. When we are able to next class, right? Tomorrow Saturday or Friday. I think today is a Friday, right? Then the next class will be Monday. Up to few days. Then after that, I plan for the class on Saturday and Sunday also. Don't worry. But in the startup mode, then Saturday and Sunday no classes there. Recruitments are going on. And yesterday also I had discussion with some HR. Yesterday, day before yesterday, I think so. Had some discussion with the HR. Then where I had discussed with some various things. Then the restriction is limited and temporary only, not for every company. Then some of the companies are having this problem there, but don't think about it. Yeah, it's okay. Then there are so many reasons for it. There are so many reasons. Yeah, but up to 3 years of experience and 4 years of experience, nothing is the problem there. But there are so the company problems. There are company problems there. But when companies are taking the people, there, recruitments are going on there outside also. Don't think of it. Don't panic for it even. It's going on. Then maybe again you're able to have recruitments maybe February month onwards. This is almost November mid now. Then this point onwards the dry season is going to be happening there. Next time maybe February mid onwards. Again drives are going to be happening. Recruitments are going to be happening outside. Okay, so that then this decision are maybe 1 or 2 months of time. Then after that again the things are going to be good in the future. Right? The PDF I'll send. Don't worry. So I'll talk with Harsha to share this document to you. Then don't worry for it. That's one. The client application you have to prepare there that we are going to see on Monday. Okay. Thank you. Thanks so much.